This may very well be the best all-around budget keyboard I have ever used, coming in at around $50 USD. The Skyloong GK75 has a lot to offer. Let's get into some of its features, performance, and how it stacks up against other similar keyboards in this full and completely honest review after I've been using it for a couple of weeks. This is the version that comes with TiGrey Keycaps and optical switches, which starts at $60 USD, but with my code JustinTechTV, it gives you 15% off, so it is only a little over $50 US. That puts it in the same price range of keyboards like the RK61 and around half the price of some of my favorite 75% keyboards like the Apple Maker TH80 and a third of the price of the Phantom 81. We will get into how this keyboard compares to these keyboards a little later. Out of the box, you get the user manual, a lot of extra keycaps, a 2-in-1 switch and keycap puller, a braided USB to USB-C cable, and of course the keyboard itself. Let's just start with the looks of this keyboard. The TiGrey keycaps look amazing. The main keys are this nice cream color with some nice gray keys around the outside and some nice orange and green accent keys to give it a great pop of color. All these colors go great together and give a nice minimalistic earthy tone that looks professional and clean. The escape key has this step to it. Never seen it before. I mean, no one really uses the escape key too often unless you're trying to escape from life like me. Just kidding, but honestly it does kind of look cool to me, but some people might not enjoy this as much as a regular flat escape key. As for the quality of the keycaps, they are nice and thick PBT plastic, and all the legends are in this nice font and are aligned perfectly. If you are looking for a keyboard with a lot of RGB, this probably wouldn't be the keyboard for you, as the keycaps aren't backlit, and although it does have RGB, it's not really the brightest. To be fair though, I would keep the RGB on this keyboard off anyways because I love the colorway and the look of these keycaps a lot without adding RGBs to ruin the aesthetic of it. But if you do wish to use the RGBs, you can change it in the software, but for some reason mine's bugged and I'm not able to install it, but you should be able to. I do know a lot of people don't like using the software anyways, so you can change it on the board itself like I kind of have to with some of these shortcuts. If you are enjoying the video so far, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe for more videos like this. This is a 75% keyboard, so you get this really nice useful metal knob to mute and change volume, although you can change it later in the software if yours actually works. I wouldn't change it myself because I can't. And I find it really useful to be able to mute and change volume with the push or turn of a knob. The case is made of plastic but doesn't really feel too cheap because the keyboard itself is a lot heavier than it looks at 900 grams or around 1.9 pounds. Underneath the keyboard you can see the 5 rubber pads that help, as well as the weight of the keyboard to stop it from sliding around like some cheaper feeling lighter keyboards. You can also see the height adjustable feet that have 2 different levels depending on which you like. It has a cable cutout where you can plug in your USB cable. The only thing is that most custom cables like the one I'm using here are a little bit thicker and might not fit through the provided cable channels, but if you're using the provided USB-C cable and most other thinner cables, it is nice as you have these 3 cable channels so you can route which way you want the cable to come from under the board. For switches, this is the optical version. There is some other versions that are mechanical that are slightly more expensive if you were looking for that, but this version features what appears to be Skyloong's own optical switches based on the fact that it says Skyloong on each switch housing. That's what I'm going to assume, but who knows? It is hot swappable with other optical switches if you wanted to replace them after, or if a switch broke somehow, you can always replace them later. However, there is a lot more options for normal mechanical switches, but optical switches are meant to last a lot longer and are supposed to be faster for gaming or typing or whatever, as it doesn't have metal contacts like a normal mechanical switch. Instead, it cuts off this laser thing to register a press, I think, or it could be fucking magic for all I know. I have no idea. As for out of the box, Skyloong sent me this board with optical brown switches, but they also come with red, silver, yellow, green, or blue if you're really hating your life and want to make it even worse. I recommend red, silver, or yellow if you're going to be gaming a lot, as they are linear switches, and browns or greens if you're going to be typing a lot, as they have a nice tactile bump without the loud sound of the blue switches. It has a nice silicone sound dampener between the plate and PCB, and foam between the case and PCB, which helps a lot with the sound. Speaking of the sound, this keyboard is a lot thockier than you would expect for the price out of the box. Of course, you can always make it sound better for a minimal amount of money by lubing the switches and stabilizers, and maybe applying a few other cheap mods like band-aid modding it to reduce the ping of the stabilizers on the plate. But overall, it sounds amazing for $50. Now, when compared to other keyboards in this range like the RK61 that I used a lot and is still a really popular choice for around $50, how does it fare against that? I think this keyboard looks about 10 times better, sounds a lot better out of the box, and I do enjoy 75% keyboards a little bit more than the 60% keyboard because of the knob, arrow keys, and you get to keep the function row as well. So overall, I would say the GK75 is definitely better for the price, but it does have a lot worse RGB, and this version does have optical switches. So if you want mechanical switches and they are important to you, and your ADHD enjoys bright flashing lights, you might still want the RK61. When compared to other 75% keyboards, I have really only used ones that cost a lot more, like the TH80 and Phantom 81. Again, if you want mechanical switches, go with those two, but for the price it sounds just as good, and if you aren't replacing the switches with high-end mechanical switches like Zelios or Holy Pandas or something like that, it wouldn't really be worth spending 2 to 3 times as much when you can get this keyboard which sounds just as good, feels just as good or better, and honestly looks insanely good to me. If you do want to see some other options for 75% keyboards, you can watch this video of my favorite 75% keyboards.